Now here we're down on the second floor, which has a history of the Ford Company. Guys like Malcolmson. I think it was Malcolmson that developed the assembly line. Maybe not. No, it wasn't. This is a Flanders. On this floor we have cars that Henry Ford competed with. This was a Flanders. Walter Flanders had worked for Ford as a production manager of this factory. Flanders would eventually go on to help found Studebaker. Here's a Willys Overland touring car. This is a very important car in Ford Motor Company history, but it's a Dodge. The early Fords, and we'll show you one in a second, were essentially made by the Dodge brothers. Henry Ford added bodies and wheels. He called them the machines. But this is a 1915 Dodge Brothers car, and just compare it to the 1914 Model T upstairs, and you'll see one of the reasons why the Dodge brothers wanted to go into production to compete with Henry Ford. They wanted to sell a better car. This Dodge engine was a more sophisticated engine. This is a Hupp-mobile. Robert Hupp, who also worked at the Piquette plant here. The Piquette plant was influential for more than just Henry Ford, because a lot of other automotive pioneers had their jobs here. This is a 1916 Studebaker, which certainly Ford didn't compete with. This was a luxury car, much more luxurious car. Let's move back a little so you can see. And this was a unrestored 1911 Hupp-mobile. This had a sliding gear transmission. Again, it was a more sophisticated car than what Henry was selling. And Henry was the only one to try to sell an inexpensive car. This is a Model T chassis, although I'm not so sure about that suspension. It looks like a trick front suspension, but